Alright, ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the ESL Euro Series. I'm tackling your shoutcast for tonight, and we are looking at WiLD.CoolerMaster Storm versus Adversa, with Adversa sporting the blue trunks and WiLD.CoolerMaster Storm, this time in the red trunks. First bans have already gone out. It's Aurelia, Vi, Lulu and Zeret that have been banned out. Reminder, we are playing on the newest patch. That means that casting is still a must ban. So, ban out by Adversa. It's up to Maokai who's getting banned out. We saw Maokai in the LCS. We saw what he was capable of. But in this case, we're not going to see him. So, for now, it's up to Say. What is he going to do? He has a say in the matter. I'm expecting a Gragas pickup immediately right off the bat. We'll just have to wait and see what are my expectations. Oh no, it's going to be an Ahri. Interesting choice here. Well, I guess it works. You already banned the Zeret, which is not really a good matchup for Ahri. The issue though is you leave open Orianna, which is not really a good lane matchup, because early on, yeah, you can poke a little bit with Ahri, you can deal a little bit of damage left, right and center. But the issue is that later on, Orianna's wave clear is going to be that much more effective. And picking up an Ahri this early, giving away your mid strategy, very, very interesting in this case. Morgana getting picked up by Valkyrie. Morgana, one of the most sought after supports as we are in the, well, in the support era, I would say. The poke support era, where champions such as Morgana, champions such as Thresh, well, Thresh is, okay, wrong. It's not poke. It's more like utility, because you're looking at Thresh, you're looking at Morgana. In the past, we saw Zyra, we saw Annie, who had some great stunts, but were mostly there to dish out the damage. Whereas Morgana's damage is quite gimped if you don't get that ability power out. Davey immediately picking up Jarvan the 4th. Jarvan also seeing a lot of play in the LCS. We saw Broken Shard from the Copenhagen Wolves picking up Jarvan in the past few weeks, but not too great effect. Copenhagen Wolves unfortunately relegated now in the promotion series. It's up to Tank and Raveno to pick up their champions. Still Gragas open. I'm not entirely sure whether they want to pick it up right now. One thing that Say did reveal is that they do not want a Yasuo mid, they just want Ahri mid, so they're going for a little bit more roaming potential. It could be... it is going to be Sona. Interesting choice here. Sona, of course, having gotten a rework in this match, seems to be a little bit more in the meta, so to speak. And Caitlyn, of course, always a very solid choice in that bottom lane. Long range, lots of poke, decent wave clear, and also decent mobility later in the game, especially against the Jarvan. You need to be able to get out of Cataclysm without having to burn a summoner spell. On the flip side though, Tristana and Jinx. I certainly do not think it's going to be both of them, but it is either going to be Jinx or Tristana. And the reason why I say so is Tristana is a possibility because she's always very strong in the late game. 702 range, once she hit that level 18, makes her longer range than Caitlyn, gives her more mobility with the rocket jump, which has longer range. And maybe it doesn't quite fit into this strategy, what they're trying to make happen here. So they pick up a Jinx, they pick up a Shyvana. Last pickup, as expected, is going to be an Orianna. It can't be anything else coming out of the team of WiLD.CoolerMaster Storm. This entire setup, we were talking about how picking up Ahri pretty much opens you up to a Orianna pickup from the other team. Especially with Shyvana and Jinx now being picked up here by Naiden and Yola Habidas. I very much doubt it's going to be anything else than Orianna. On the other side, we see something very strange. Who let the Doge out? It's Merakti Krastrat, or Ruffy, as I've been told that his name is, and Broken Zuxan picking up the spider and the dog. I'm not entirely sure if Nasus is the correct choice against Shyvana. Shyvana, very aggressive, lots of damage, with, and of course also having that percentage health damage in her Flame Breath. That's going to hurt a little bit when Nasus is going to be popping his Furious Sands. The advantage though is he can just sit there, enjoy the ride, just farm up, and once the late game hits, he's going to be hitting hard. Most likely, stack's going to be over 400, and what does the scouter say about his stacks level? Damage is over 9,000, that is what I can assure you. Finally, it's up to Shenheal to pick up the champion that he needs. I'm expecting Orianna. It can't be anything else than an Orianna in this case. Just because, well, you have the ball delivery system with Shyvana, you have the ball delivery system and the lockup mechanic coming out of Davy. You have Morgana to join in the wombo combo composition, and if you're going to be sieging, what better to have than a... And of course a little bit of the pick composition, the picks coming out from her Dark Binding. LeBlanc being picked up by Shenheal, I sincerely doubt it. LeBlanc would not fit, although, would it not fit into this? Yeah, LeBlanc took a very serious nerf, so I'm very much doubting it's going to be LeBlanc, but yeah, it's up to Naiden. Remember, the winner of this match immediately qualifies for the playoff matches. Looks like we're heading into the trading zone. Apparently WiLD is already ready. Now it's up to the team of Adversa to make it happen. I'm not entirely sure whether it's smart to pick up a LeBlanc. LeBlanc took a serious nerf. Okay, she got a little bit of a buff in this match, but still the loss of silence is very, very big. And when you have the ability to pick an Orianna against the Ahri, yeah, I wouldn't think twice, but I guess that WiLD has something in mind with it, LeBlanc. They have a lot of mobility though. They have Jarvan who can be anywhere, they have LeBlanc who can be anywhere. Most likely picking up LeBlanc just to deal with the mobility coming out of Ahri. Oh, and we have a quick pause, so I think back to the idle image. Not entirely sure what's going on, so I'm going to take a quick look. Our guy has Storm. CM Storm, Kappa, yeah. So apparently Sei had a little bit of issues, but that's due to a storm. We're still waiting for people to get immediately into the correct positions again. We're waiting for that to happen. In the meantime though, all I can do is put up a little bit more music, and once we return, it's going to be WiLD Team Storm against Adversa here on Summer's Rift. I'm TechLink, your shoutcaster for tonight. Let's enjoy the matches. Stay tuned. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, as you can hear in the background, we are finally in game. It's time to pull up the main overlay. Welcome to the ESL Euro Series, and it is still the group stages. It's WiLD Storm, Adversa versus WiLD Storm. Yeah, I have to get it right. It's the ESL Euro Series group stage, which means that the top two, I believe the top two from each group advance to the next round. So that's something. That's something. Let me actually fix a few things, so everything is in working condition. I sincerely hope this is working for you guys. But it shouldn't do anything. There we go, much better. Alright, ladies and gentlemen, it's time. As Adversa travels into some hostile territory, WiLD Storm is right on their tails. They know that they went in, they saw it via the ward. Raveno lagging a little bit behind his team. But WiLD Storm doesn't really look like they really want to start fighting here. Decide to fall back for now. Just allow their opponents to get a little bit of vision in their jungle. Interesting ward here. Does it actually? Yeah, it actually covers the lane here. You can actually see the ward coverage here. Nice blue ward. But this is very interesting because the main thing that they want to avoid is that Sei gets hit with a duo lane. That's why they're placing out these wards there, to make sure that if Shyvana goes into the top lane, they know. If Shyvana goes into the bottom lane, well, then they won't see a Shyvana in said top lane. So for now, Valkyr looking to go to the bottom side, but Yola Habidas and Shenheal, as well as Davy, are moving on the blue buff. They expect Tank to be soloing the blue buff. Might be a very bad situation here for Tank. They're coming around the corner. Ward has been placed. Oh, that reveals the Tank. Tank gets locked up. That's the end of Tank. Goodbye. First blood goes over to Yola Habidas, as well as the blue buff going over to Davy. And that means that Sei knows, oh, this is going to be a lane swap. Very, very bad for Sei, who desperately needs to get those Q stacks up just to get himself a little bit of time in that top lane. Very well played by WiLD. They were waiting for the final moment until after those trinket wards went out. And then they could swoop in to steal away the blue buff. And this is the issue, and I believe that Diamond from Gambit was already talking about this. Junglers tend to be very, very risk-taking in the EU meta. As a result, you can see that these types of invades are very, very possible. If Tank actually got a little bit of help from Sei, or help from Ruffy, as well as Zuxon, things could have turned out differently, but because he was alone, because you're dealing with a Morgana, I'm not entirely sure why they placed the ward, because that actually alerted Tank. But most likely that was already a little bit too late. As a result, Tank went down, first blood going over to Yola Habidas. Mid lane though, there's the engagement to Raveno. Raveno trying to charm onto Davy. Davy's still nearby. But because Nyland couldn't quite land the chains, he had to fall back, and Davy losing a little bit of time, but in the end, if you can actually keep Ahri from farming and allowing the opponents to actually get allowing Naden to get a little bit of farm in, it's always good. Something interesting here. Sei now going to a duo jungle here with Tank, because he knows, well, if we're looking at the top lane, look at this freeze. It's never going to reach the turret. Well, okay, it's never going to reach the turret and immediately reaches the turret. That's just my luck, but oh, this is very interesting. Do they actually have vision on this? I'm not entirely sure if they did. But this is a very daring strategy. Very well done here by Adversa. They decide, since Nasus can't farm, we're pulling him down to the dragon pit, allowing him to help with picking up a 4-minute dragon. Incredible. Oh, and this is going to be very bad here. Cocoon does miss, but Davy now getting locked up. He does manage to hit a 4-man dragon standard combination. Takes a lot of damage. Naden now coming in from the side, but Tank has already picked up Naden. Now room to Valkyr. Naden takes a lot of damage here. Are they going to go for Valkyr, or are they going to go for Davy? We don't have full vision, but they decide to fall back. They did pick up Davy, so Naden is safe. It was a very dangerous engage there by Valkyr as well as Davy. And the issue that made this happen is the fact that they sent the Valkyr to the bottom lane, and that makes you vulnerable for any type of dragon attempt. The issue though is that Sei is so far behind. Yola Habidas has been free farming all the time. Sei now finding Shenheal. Shenheal going to help the Valkyrie in this bottom lane. Ruffy and Suxon, they're looking to deal a little bit of damage here to Valkyr. Valkyr tries to get some farming himself, but a lot more effective with this Flame Breath than Sei is with his Siphoning Strike. For now though, it looks like the support has joined the top lane or in that bottom lane. Teleport now coming out from Sei, because he knows that his opponent is already forcing the lane into his own turret. Sei looking to start getting a little bit of that farm in. It's going to be very hard to get those stacks up, because he's really going to need those. So the idea that Adversa had at the start was just very, very smart. But the issue is they didn't quite account for the fact that Valkyr never even decided to go back to base. So they should have immediately pulled Sei into that bottom lane, and the moment they saw Valkyr on any of their wards, they should have gone in. Now the bottom lane tank coming in with the cocoon. Shenheal has the black shield, so we'll be stopping that one. Trying to turn it around though. Tank taking quite a bit of damage, forced to use repel. Titan has also been burned onto him. And Ruffy, Tank and Suxon have to fall back for now. But Ignite has been burned. So a successful gank in that regard. Top lane though, the issue is going to be that you're facing off against a ranged AD carry. As a Nasus is very hard, because you really want to get those stacks up, but every time you move in for those stacks, especially these cannons, you're going to need those stacks. And if we're already looking at Sei, he only has 3 stacks. That means he has been able to last hit 1 minion with a Siphoning Strike. That's very bad. That's a very bad position here for Sei. So they're going to have to send a little bit of help to the top lane, or they're going to have to send Sei to the bottom lane. But the issue is, if they send Sei to the bottom lane, they're going to be sending Valkyr to the top lane to counter out the switch. So in the end, it's all going to be to deny Sei the farm. So to say, he's in a very bad position and he has been put on a leash. Davey now having the blue timer. Doing a little bit of damage here to the Golem already. Tank is now also in the vicinity. Dark Binding landing on the tank. Tank might be in a little bit of trouble here if he decides to go for the Golem. Tries to take it down. Manages to smite, but has nowhere to run. Repel coming out. Oh, from the side though. Sei coming in. Davey goes down. A lot of damage going on to him. Now they're turning their attention to Shenheal. But look at the damage being put down there by Naiden. Raveno going over the wall. Tries to get a kill onto Shenheal. Sei going dangerously far there. Does manage to land the Spirit Fire. Now Suxon coming in. Lots of damage being put down onto Naiden. Naiden in a lot of trouble. The Ignite reveals where Naiden is. Now they're onto the Yola Habidas. Yola Habidas has the flash and will be walking away. But all in all, Adversa, in the face of adversity, doing a fantastic job of getting themselves a nice 1000 gold lead. And also, this is going to give Sei a little bit of breathing space to allow him to farm up and get himself some Siphoning Strike stacks, because he is going to need that if he's going to be of any use in the late game. Look at the damage though being put down here by Ruffy straight onto Valkyr. Valkyr only has the Giant's Belt. And that's going to cost him right now, because this tower is not long for this world. He's going to have to teleport into one of the towers. Most likely they're going to pit him up against Sei, but if they do so, it's going to be very hard, because, well, Shyvana can't really kill, or outright kill a Nasus. At least not if Nasus plays safe. So for now, Ruffy has to be very careful in this bottom lane. Shenheal taking quite a bit of damage from the Pilt of Peacemaker. Both of the AD carries have reached level 6, both of the top laners, so it's pretty much equilibrium once again. However, a 1000 gold lead for the side of Adversa means that they will have the upper hand in the upcoming team fight, because Dragon is respawning in 1 minute. Yes, 1 minute. There was a 4-minute Dragon being attempted by Adversa just because they forced Sei out of lane, and there was nothing the team of WiLD Storm could do about it. Looking at where did the gold go, where's that huge power spike going? Well, it's the junglers actually. 400 gold in favor of Elise and 300 gold in favor of Ahri. Other than that, not really big differences in gold. Maybe a little bit of an advantage going over to Jinx, but then again, she has been solo farming and she has picked up a kill in the early stages of the game. Interesting choice here by Sei, using his Spirit Fire just to clear out the wave. I'm not entirely sure if that's the right call right now, because he's so far behind when it comes down to farm. He needs to start picking that one up very, very fast. Oh wow. Its ability I didn't notice its ability power Nasus. Okay, that's a new one. That's a new one. I haven't seen that one before. I guess it works because the scaling on Nasus is not that bad. You get 80 damage if he remains in the Spirit Fire. It's actually a 1.2 AP ratio, and that's a lot of damage you can put down there by Nasus on a very short cooldown as well. Not only that, Roll of Age is going to give him quite a bit of health, and also it works pretty well with his ultimate. It's going to be dealing additional magic damage there. Haven't seen this one before, but I guess it can work. I guess it can work. It's going to be very hard for Sei. Actually, well, now that I think of it, if we're looking at the team of Adversa with Spirit Fire, as well as Orb of Deception, as well as the Pillar of Peacemaker, it's going to be super hard for the team of WiLD Storm to actually start sieging down the turrets, because there's so much wave clear. Yes, it's an interesting strategy. Let's see how it works out. If he also he can pick up the Iceborne Gauntlet as well. Get himself some ability power in his belt. I'm not entirely sure what I'm seeing here, but I guess it can work. But look at the Spirit Fire, just annihilating those waves. The Valkyr taking a lot of damage here. One more hit from Sei, and that's might be the end of Valkyr immediately. So we were talking about how Nasus vs Shyvana is a very boring matchup, but when you're dealing with ability power Nasus, yeah, interesting choice here. Teleport available for Sei, so he will be going back to base. Valkyr as well, so both of the top laners are heading back to base sooner rather than later. Sei going to drop a Sifting Strike here onto this Academy and then heading straight back to base. Teleport available on both of the top laners. Davey is in the vicinity. He's already popping his recall, but isn't quite going in. This could be make or break for the team of Adversa. If Davey manages to kill Susan as well as Rafi before the dragon fight starts, it's going to be very hard to actually challenge the dragon here. Suxan moving forward slowly but surely. Tank now coming in as well. There's Davey with the jump. Shenheal getting locked up with the crescendo. It's going to be very, very hard. Soulshax has already been popped down. Teleport coming in from Valkyr as well from Sei. Look at the damage being put down here by Adversa. Now to run to Valkyr. Valkyr is in a lot of trouble. He has nowhere to run. One more hit. Ace in the hole. It's going to be enough. Spirit Rush is still available. And the third proc is not enough to actually kill Shenheal. Nor is the other one. Neither now jumping straight to Sei. Sei in a lot of trouble. Taking quite a bit of damage. Gets locked up. But look at the damage being put down here by Adversa as they nuke down Naden. And this is the power of, well, what can I say? This is the power of ability power Nasus. Just being able to deal so much damage at range, whereas normally he would have to walk all the way up to the WiLD Storm team with all their mobility and all their counter initiation. Wow, that's a lot of damage being put down, and it fits completely into their strategy right now. Instead of having, say, go for the standards, I'm going to sit in top lane and Sifting Strike all day long, they've decided to make him ability power, allow him to clear waves pretty fast, and give their team a lot of sieging potential. Or should we say, a lot of saging potential. Still, it's very, very early in the game. Ability power Nasus falling off pretty hard later on in the game. Just because of the fact that you don't really get the chance to actually get those Sifting Strike stacks in. Then again, there wasn't really any chance that he would get them in with the amount of rotations that were going about, but wow. Ability power Nasus now building into what looks to be a Iceborne Gauntlet, which is a standard item on the Nasus, but together with the Iceborne Gauntlet and the Roa, it's going to be very, very hard to actually run this Nasus out of mana. And that's also one of the things that Nasus has a lot of troubles with. And that's, well, his mana pool. Sei now getting locked up. Oh, the chains, the dark bindings, everything! Boom! Oh, everything in the kitchen sink being tossed straight at Sei. Sei goes down. Free turret over to WiLD Storm. Yeah, Sei didn't really have any say in the matter when it comes to that one, and the entirety of WiLD Storm immediately falling back to base, but they're probably going to be a little bit too late, as Tank and Rafi are already on the tower. This tower not long for World, extending their gold lead. We're nice. 5,000 gold. Raveno clearing out a little bit of ward coverage in their own jungle. But for now, a counter jungle attempt here by the team of Adversa. They're trying to get the blue buff over to Suxon, but they force the damage out of tank, allowing him to pick that one up. Also interesting to see here is that tank has picked up the spirit of the Spectral Wraith. That means that he's going to be slowly but surely getting himself a little bit of ability power. Usually you see Spirit the Ancient Golem, due to the fact that, well, the only thing you really want to use Elise for is the cocoon. The cocoon and the percentage-based damage. But of course, if you combine it with the Spirit of the Spectral Wraith, then you get a lot more damage out of Elise. It basically turns into a game of who do you want to start focusing, because instead of Nasus being fully reliant on his Q, he's now more reliant on the Spirit Fire as well as Fear of the Storm, which should be dealing quite a bit of damage right now. I'm pretty sure it's 5% per second. Cocoon almost landing on the Valkyrie as Suxon and Tank are coming in. That's going to force the Dragon's Descent straight out of them. Raveno going to hold off both Naden and Davy. Naden forced to jump over the wall here. It's a 4 versus 4 fight as both AD carries are slowly but surely making their way to the top lane. Ward being removed here by Tank. Doesn't have a replacement ward though, but this tower can't be defended. WiLD Team Storm will have to fall back to try and defend their inner turret. 5,000 gold and 200 in favor of Adversa right now. And for those asking, yeah, that's 33 stacks on Nasus right now. Not all that much say now, getting locked up here, but they're chasing down Naden. Naden in a lot of trouble. Will he survive? He should be able to walk away from this one. Say, turning it around, popping a Spirit Fire. There's also Wither, but couldn't quite catch on to Davy. And Say more than happy with just staying in his top lane. Just continuously pushing into Valkyrie. Dragon will be up in 2 minutes. So now it's 2 for 2 when it comes down to dragons for the team of Adversa. Can they take dragon number 3? We'll find out in about 2.5 minutes. Push continues in the mid lane. Choppers go out, but that's not really going to help against this fighting force here coming out of Adversa. Nice charm blocking the Dragon Stem combination. Here's the Cataclysm. Crescendo goes out, locks up 4 people. Now Shenheal trying desperately to get the Soul Shackles off, but immediately gets wiped. There's the teleport coming in from Say. He is going to have his field day with the Spirit Fire. And now rockets. It's going to be enough though, but it does force Suxon away from the tower. And we have 3 members down. No teleports available on the team of WiLD Team Storm. They're looking to secure themselves a 18-minute Baron. It's going to be dangerous though. Valkyrie is in the vicinity, has the Dragon's range available. Flameblood coming out, Zap also coming out. Say taking quite a bit of damage here. They have to start trading out those damage from the Baron. It's going to be very dangerous there. It's a kill on at least from the Baron. Now Valkyrie is chasing down Say. There's the double kill from Valkyrie. And that Baron attempt, let's not go to the Throwmobile. Elise went down just from Baron damage. It's, yeah, this is really a Baron with a contest by both Yola Habidas and Valkyrie. Might hurt Adversa here as, well, WiLD Team Storm is already translating while rotating over to the Dragons Remain. Adversa now in full force. They are back in action. Will they be able to get themselves 3 out of 3? But it's going to be very, very hard for them to, well, to not lose it. Adversa now having 4 members in the vicinity. Nasus is also making his way. Say on the way. They're starting Dragon a little bit early before Nasus is in position. This might be their undoing because that's a little bit of damage here. Davy now trying to get himself a little bit of Dragon action. It's not going to be Dragon on Dragon action just yet. Adversa starting off the Dragon. Dragon down to half hit points. Sap coming out from Yola Habidas. Just not enough, but the Dark Binding lands. Davy coming in right now. Just gets wiped here. The Cataclysm! The Cataclysm did absolutely nothing at all. Raveno coming in with the Spirit Rush. It's not going to be enough. He gets shut down immediately. Suxon coming in, but here's Say. He has the ability to power, but can he make it happen? One more hit on the Shen heal, that's all it takes. Spirit Fire is available, a double kill coming out for Say. Spirit Fire is available with Habidas having popped the rocket. Will he be going for Habidas? But the Cataclysm did absolutely nothing. They used the Cataclysm, I saw it being cast, but because he was destroyed in mid-air, the Cataclysm never landed. And that, well, pretty much took the bite out of the team of WiLD Storm. Habidas heading straight back to base. Did manage to pick up a kill there. But other than that, Say coming in like a wrecking ball. If he could have placed one Spirit Fire under Yola Habidas' feet, it would have been all over. Now they're immediately heading straight back to the Dragon Pit for round number 2. Round number 2, Kappa. Let's see if which team wants to engage first. Dark now already being popped here, but that's a 8-second cooldown here for Shen heal. Or 11 second actually, due to all the nerfs to it. And Shen heal doesn't really have any form of cooldown reduction just yet, so that's going to be the major issue here. Charm landing in the background of the Valkyr. Valkyr forced backwards. No Spirit Fire, and that's going to be forcing the entirety of WiLD Storm away from the Dragon. Dragon now getting picked up here. Darkbind lands on the Say. That's not really the target they want to engage on. So WiLD Storm falling back, but this does extend the gold lead to a massive 8,000 gold lead for the team of Adversa. Tank now though, going to get himself a little bit of farm here. He's pretty much bang on even with Davy, so both of them should have probably a 1,000 gold. Yeah, it's 1,600 gold difference, courtesy of those dragons and turrets being destroyed by the team of Adversa. So I have to wonder, where is Adversa going to be well, channeling their next attack? If we're looking at the map, a little bit of a push in the bottom lane, but Valkyr is going to clear that one out, so bottom lane is pretty much right out. Baron, still a juicy target, but we saw what happens when you go to the Throwmobile and you start throwing the game away. Top lane is decent. Say has teleport available. They could force the top lane inner turret, but that would leave open the bottom turret for 2 Valkyr, so I'm expecting a teleport to come out from Say anytime soon. He doesn't really want to lose all those minions to the turret, so if he wants to teleport... Oh no, Ruffy is coming out from the side here. Build of Peacemaker, not going to be enough. Valkyr is going to pick up that turret for himself. Ruffy just going to slowly but surely get himself a little bit of farm. Nicely positioning himself, doesn't really want to get caught out by any type of dark binding. Nasus, 57 sacks, guys. 57 sacks, yeah. That Q is not going to deal any more damage. He has more... His bark is bigger than his bite, that's for certain in this case, but yeah, again a nice push here by Say. And this is also something you have to keep in mind. With Spirit Fire, you can actually clear out those waves very, very fast. Say, going to just destroy this ward. Get himself a little bit of additional farm here. So you can actually split push a lot easier against the team that wants the team fight. So again, I really don't like the LeBlanc pickup just because it doesn't really work in their composition. They want to do wombo combo, they want to team fight. And LeBlanc is not a team fighter. He does have the ability to just nuke someone down, but when you're dealing with Nasus, who can just continuously deal damage from a long range, you're dealing with build over Peacemakers, dealing with cocoons, charms. If anything lands, Adversa is going to pick you off, no chance. Lots of damage being put down here by Say. He's falling back for now. Doesn't want to get hit by the Dragon's Descent as he teleports in. Continues to push on the turret though. Not really afraid of Valkyr for now. Fight continues to the top lane, lots of damage being put down here, and you can actually see Davey going in. Cataclysm is available, immediately locking up 3 people. Rappel goes out, and still the crescendo with a 4-man crescendo. Teleport from both top laners now coming in. Say, as well as Spike here, they're coming in. Who is going to be the major threat in this case? It's going to be Save, that's for sure. Look at the damage being put down here. Yola Habitas getting locked up. There's the Cocoon onto Yola Habitas. Will he go down? Oh, Niden tries to get a nice shot there straight onto Elise. Can't quite make it happen because of the rappel. And now they're pretty much free to take this turret. And maybe even more. Charles with the Gen heal. That's the end of him. And look at the damage being put down here by Suxon as well. Niden and Yola Habitas, they have to fall back. What will the team of Adversa do this time? Last time they went for Baron. Are they going to do a repeat performance? I sincerely hope not for them, because that's pretty much the Tromobile. They're more than happy to get themselves a little bit more items for their troubles. They had a lot in the bank, all over 1,000 gold, so big items being finished. It's a Spirit Visage coming out of Sai. It's the Giant's Belt now. Well, it's not really a big item. Giant's Belt coming out of Stank. Ari picking up a needlessly large rod for her troubles. And Caitlyn making her way over to the Last Whisper sooner or later. Lots of pings going out here. Yeah, again a major victory going over to the side of Adversa. WiLD Team Storm in a very bad position. We're looking at a 10,000 gold deficiency now for the team of WiLD Team Storm, with Adversa already starting to put a lot of pressure here onto these inhibiting towers. They don't have Say with them. Say doesn't have teleport, but Say is already pushing down this bottom lane. Means that they might be able to start a siege onto this tower. Also note, 50 seconds until the next dragon. They already have 3 dragons in their pockets. Can they make it 4 out of 4? We'll see soon enough, because they're looking to secure that one as well. Wards are already going out. Let's say just going to shove up the lane a little bit more before they rotate all the way over to the dragon. 30 seconds on dragon. Although, do they want to go for dragon right now? No, they want to shove up a little bit more. With 20 seconds on the dragon. Do they want to be there the moment it spawns, or do they want to be there after they win yet another team fight? For the team of WiLD CM, yeah, the issue is that their ability power carry doesn't have all the burst that they want to. Okay, she has the she has burst potential, but she no longer has the silence, so she can't poke away. Actually, Niden forced to jump straight out of there. But the issue is that while Niden has a lot of mobility, he can't really get into the position to actually destroy Ruffy in one go. Save for now, only 87 stacks on his Sifting Strike. Yeah, that Nasus is definitely not going to be of any use in the late game. Maybe this is also the strategy that Adversa is using, because if we're looking at the levels, Sei has already maxed everything but his Sifting Strike. And that means that they're going for a probably 35-40 minute victory. That's what they're aiming for, because right now they can't really push all that much until they actually start shop again and get themselves a little bit more items. Actually, the most important part here is the Last Whisper now being picked up by Caitlyn. That's going to allow her to shred through all those monster tanks. But all in all, the Adversa strategy is working out. And unless WiLD Team Storm can hold on to their turrets until, well, say 45-50 minutes into the game, it's probably one day we'll be getting back. And rather than Nasus being that ultra late game champion that he used to be, in this build he's definitely not even going to put a dent in a pack of butter, that's for sure. So as a result, ability power Nasus, while decent, isn't really that good in the late game. So they'll have to finish it before the 40-minute mark, before the full item builds come out of the entire team of WiLD Team Storm, as well as the team of Adversa. Baron now being cleared. Smart move here. Might be able to bait out the Baron here. Cocoon going out, Shen will survive. Start flying lands into Suxon, but no engage. Zap going out on the Say will be just walking away now around the top side of the red buff. They're looking to get themselves a Baron. It's nice and juicy. Oh, this is going to be interesting here. Nice lock on there. Dark Binding lands at the tank. I'm not entirely sure if Suxon wanted to dodge away from that one. Yeah, to the bottom, but very well played here by Shenheal. He smelled the trap, but he caught the trap as well. Look at the damage being put down here by both Sei and Kastrat. Does Spirit Fire actually work on the Baron? Doesn't look like it though. Doesn't look like it. Baron Nashor going over to the team of Adversa now. Well, Team Storm, they've seen better times, but now they're in a storm of their own. Knowing that with a Baron up siege team coming out of Adversa, it's going to be very, very, very hard for the team of WiLD Team Storm to actually get back into this game. Top lane push coming out from Sei, so it's a 1-4 split, 1-4-0 split. Versus a 1-3, depending on where we're gonna go. So probably 4 versus 4 in that mid, and the siege commences. Caitlyn has one advantage. She can do a lot of damage here to that tower. With all that damage. Whoa, that was a lot of damage there onto Niden. Sei now going to land a nice Q there onto the tower. Davey jumping straight into the Cataclysm, locking up too. Repel goes out. There's no escape. Spirit Rush now from Raveno. Will it be enough though to actually kill someone now? It's just going to be enough to force them away from the turret. The turret goes down, and Adversa now on the middle inhibitor, going to pick that one up with ease. Sei heading into the top lane to help his team to push that one as well. So one very nice hit there by Ruffy, allowing him to rather landing a crit and a Pillar of Peacemaker onto Niden. Niden comes in, and this is the issue with LeBlanc right now. You go in, but you have nothing to follow up with it. You don't have a silence, so you can't stop your main the main damage dealer of the enemy team from dealing damage. And as we speak, Adversa already picking up yet another turret, a chain slam onto tank. Looking for the engage here, but they have to be very careful. They're 17,000 gold down. Here's the engage though. Davey going in as well as Valkyr. Valkyr just gets melted, no chance there. And you can see Nathan, he's trying his best to go in, but there's no coming through the tank line of the team of Adversa. And it's a double kill going over to Ruffy. A second inhibitor now falling in favor of Adversa. And Valkyr, he's looking to go in again. The Dragon Lady wants to get some action in, but it's going to be very hard here. All Perception dealing a little bit of damage to Valkyr. Other than that, it's Tank who's doing a fantastic amount of damage here, as well as Niden. He's trying to get in, but again, the same issue repeats itself. Niden, the new LeBlanc, cannot go in, not without taking a lot of damage and returning. You can just see him getting blown up, and now it's over. Well, Team Storm is going down. It's the team of Adversa who's picking up the, well, second victory here in the ESL Euro Series group stage. And they advance to the next round, which is going to be the playoffs. And as such, it is Adversa 420 winning in 33 minutes and 6 seconds. Very well played here by Adversa. And unfortunately for WiLD.CoolerMaster, they lost, but they're not out of it yet. You only need 2 wins to actually get to the playoff stage. So if they manage to sneak out a win in the last possible moments, or rather in the last possible match, they can still advance to playoffs for that magnificent prize pool of a massive 5,000 euros. So for next week, we're probably going to be here same time, same channel, with a different match. And it could be from the same group, it could be from a different one. But I hope you enjoyed the show, and afterwards I'm going to put up some music. Thank you for watching. Till next time. Also, if you like the cast, make sure to follow me on twitter.com/techno_link or follow me on facebook.com/technolink. That's techno with a K, N-O link. So make sure to also follow ESL Benelux, and hopefully we'll see you next time here on ESL Benelux, or maybe, well, if you're following me, maybe on a different cast as well. Thank you for watching. Have a pleasant evening.